Michaela,
My name is Agape.
and today we're going to be making breakfast burritos 3 different ways. So the 3 variations that we're making today are black bean and avocado, turkey sausage, and spinach, feta, and tomato.
Since there is some overlap within the recipes, we'll be prepping all of the ingredients first and then assembling everything at the end.
Also, before you begin, make sure that you wash your hands for at least 20 seconds with warm water and soap. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is prep our onions and peppers, and this is for our avocado and black bean breakfast burrito. So first things first, make sure that you have some sort of stove. We're using a large skillet and put it on medium heat. First I'm just going to add a little bit of oil to the pan. Maybe swirl it around a little bit just to coat the pan. And now I'm going to add the red onions. Thank you, Agape. Okay. And next, the red pepper. Thanks. Okay. So now I'm just going to grab a spatula and stir it around. We want them to be softened and slightly charred.
Ooh, look at that sizzle.
Okay, so now that they've been cooking for a few minutes and they're getting to a good consistency, we're going to add our black beans. And then finally, we're just going to sprinkle some red pepper flakes on top. So a little goes a long way. And now we're just going to mix them in and cook until the black beans are warm. So 1 to 2 minutes, if that. Black beans are a great source of fiber, protein, and antioxidants. So it's a good thing to add to this.
And they're very inexpensive.
Yes. Okay, so turning the stove off and then just adding it to a plate that we have here.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is crack our eggs. So eggs, I think, are something that's very interesting because they have a lot of protein, and cooking them kind of depends on how much or how well you like them done. So some people like the yolk to be runny, some people like it very cooked or cooked very well. So it all depends on your preference. Today we will be cooking them until they're done very well. And you can also microwave eggs if you don't have a stove.
Excellent.
So the next thing I'm going to do is just whisk the eggs up. And I'm going to pour some oil into the skillet. And just kind of make sure that it evenly coats the bottom of the pan. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour the eggs into the skillet. So now the eggs are cooking, and I got a great tip from one of our chefs here to just kind of stir the spatula in a circular motion, and that keeps the eggs very fluffy if that's a texture that you enjoy. And we're going to go ahead and add some pepper. I'll just take a little sprinkle, and I like pepper on my eggs, but not everyone likes spice, so that's also up to whoever's making it and whoever is going to be eating it. But we'll also take just a little bit of salt as well. And that's all.
Okay, so we already pre-cooked our butternut squash, red pepper, and yellow onion for our turkey sausage recipe. We put it in a 400-degree oven for around 25 minutes. I'm just going to add it to the plate. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to prep is our turkey sausage and jalapeno. So once again, we have a large skillet. The temperature is medium-high heat. We're just going to add a little bit of oil to our pan. Once again, swirl it around a little bit. So now we're going to add our fresh jalapeno. If you don't like it as hot, make sure you try to take out the jalapeno seeds, and we just have this chopped. So adding about a tablespoon to our pan, and mixing it a little bit. Let this cook for about a minute. So now we're going to add our diced turkey sausage. So stir this into the jalapenos. We want our turkey sausage to get to a temperature of 165. So cook for about 5 to 7 minutes, stirring occasionally. Okay, so now that it's been cooking for a few minutes, we are just going to turn off the heat and then add it to our...
So the last thing that we made is spinach, and we wanted to talk about the versatility of spinach. So there's raw spinach right here, and there's wilted or cooked spinach. Everyone is different in their preferences and textures, but since all of this is just about what you like, we just wanted to show how versatile it is. And there are some really good benefits of spinach.
Spinach is very high in vitamin A, vitamin K, vitamin C, and folate. Vitamin K is especially good for bone health, so eat your greens.
We have a guest with us today. This is Melanie,
our student health nutritionist, and she's going to help us assemble and taste test the burritos, aka the fun part.
That's right. Thank you so much. This looks delicious.
Of course. So do you want to go ahead and start with our black bean and avocado?
Sure. Thank you
variation?
very much. So I'm going to do some black bean, onion, and pepper mix here. Yum. I love the Southwest theme. Eggs. So nice that you all have so many options and everybody can tailor their own just how they like it.
Yes, exactly. And the nice thing is you can always prep these ahead of time and freeze them. So you can wrap them in aluminum foil, freeze about 10, and then just reheat them when you're ready. So it's a good on-the-go breakfast.
Perfect for a busy morning.
Yes.
and thank you for mentioning versatility, Melanie. I will actually be doing the turkey sausage and butternut squash variation, which has no dairy in it because I'm lactose intolerant. So anyone who also may have another health problem can kind of tailor it to whatever needs they have, and still it can still be delicious as well.
Excellent. What's up?
Okay, so I'm going to be doing the spinach, feta, and tomato variation. So I'm going to start with the eggs. This reminds me of the Starbucks spinach feta wrap, but this is cheaper, so prepping a few of these ahead of time will save you money in the long run. So it's nice that we have two different options of spinach. I'm probably just going to use the wilted spinach. I'm going to add some tomatoes. And And then finally some feta cheese.
And I'll be making the squash and turkey sausage. And you can also use sweet potatoes as well for this recipe, anything that you were in the mood for. I love turkey sausage. And with the squash, we actually also added onions as well and peppers just to kind of bring out the flavor a little bit more. We have some goat cheese too, so I'll try a little bit of that. And avocado.
All right, this looks great. I'm ready to dig in.
Me too.